Welcome back to An Athlete's Journey. And this is part two with me and my friend Andrew. Like I said, my overseas guy. We can go off on overseas tangents for about an hour. So
We could start a whole other podcast.
yeah. You just talk about just overseas pockets.
Overseas tangents. That's a good.
Booyah, yeah, there you go. Just tell about real stories about overseas basketball. So, like I said, he played in a couple countries, but like I said, he played in Israel for a long time. But we were still on Israel the last time. We cut it off. So definitely wanted to get back into that. Also wanted to get back into everything that like everything you're doing as far as like what you're doing now and everything like that. So, we'll get back into your playing days. So you spent your 8 years in Israel. What would you say was your best year? Over there.
So I played in this. My best year overall was Denmark because I had a super green light, and that was that was important for me because I felt like I maybe had 1 or 2 years like that in Israel where I had like the super green light, and I always like put up good numbers when that happened, and I felt like that year in Denmark was really fun for me because I kind of like proved to myself what I already knew in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But there was 1 year where I played in this small town near Egypt called Berry, and that was my best year. It was like in the middle of nowhere, but a lot of good times, a lot of great memories, and I just had more of a green light. And that year I actually came into the season halfway through, so I was in the States for a little bit, and I was really prepared. Like I was doing all my training, so I came in ready, and
Okay.
I had a great year. You had a great year. Probably averaged like 20 points. It was
Oh
good.
wow.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Okay. So the year in Denmark, if you average 20 in Israel, what was the year in Denmark? It was averaging like 30?
Average 33, bro.
Yeah.
Now, this league is a little bit different from the European leagues that we're talking about, with like the top scorer averages 20 and everything's real choppy. There was some talent there, but I would say it was a little less physical. There was athletic players there, but it was a little more free flowing. Like the defense wasn't as designed, like how in Europe, to disrupt your rhythm. It was more up and down. It was getting a lot of shots up. It was quicker paced. It wasn't really the old European style. It was kind of like a newer European mesh with maybe like a little bit of American style,
Yeah.
I would say, I guess maybe like how Canada probably is. I don't know. I never played in Canada, but that's the vibe I get, like watching it a little bit.
Yeah.
So something like that. So yeah, I averaged 33. I took a lot of shots, bro. I was a lot of shots, man. Everything revolved around me. I was the only American on the team.
Yeah.
We brought we were pretty bad first half, and then second half we brought a kid from Italy and a kid from I think Bulgaria, and those two were pretty good, and we got better, and we went 500 through the second half of the season. I think we actually got our record up to 500, so that was an accomplishment in itself because we didn't have the talent of some of the other teams. We were a small club for that league, but great experience. Like lived in a small town, 7,000 people. There was one cop in the whole town, and he only came in for 4 hours a day, and then he left. So think about how safe it was there. Like the food was good, the people were fun, had a lot of fun. It was great, man. It was great. Yeah,
that's cool. Like I said, that's the one cop that comes for 4 hours a day. That's insane.
That's a crazy story, right? That's crazy.
That's insane.
I mean, that's what they told me. I don't know if it was true. It seemed like it because I rarely saw a cop. I don't know. I don't think I saw one cop. They would have to call him in and something happened. Like, and what happened, it wouldn't be really anything bad. Like maybe some guy would be drunk in the street and like it was like, there was no crime there, bro. It was like oasis.
Oh, well, that's cool. Like I said, for me, I've lived in a small city once, but it was by American based in Germany.
Oh, that must have been fun though. The parties, right?
Yeah. No, actually, they, like I didn't. We wasn't like it wasn't that big of a city, so I didn't party at all. Plus, it was at the end of my career. I wasn't as big as a partier as maybe I could have been. Like I told my agent when I was younger, just give me a place where it's a big city. I mean, like at least it's whatever, 500,000 people or something. I need a workout gym, like a weight room. I needed obviously basketball gym. I needed a big supermarket, and I needed a movie theater. So as long as I had those 4 things in the super in the club, like somewhere I can go
Now,
and have fun.
bro, yeah, you sound like me. Except
Yeah,
except except maybe the movie theater. Maybe I wasn't as into movies as you are. But
yeah,
everything else, like I used to talk to clubs about that. Like, can I get into a gym whenever I want? Like that was huge for me because
yeah.
I'm like a gym rat, bro. Like I love the game. I still work on my game even though I don't play basketball anymore, right? Like I play
Right,
for fun
right,
now,
right. Yeah,
but I still work on my game. So having a basketball court when I needed it and having a gym when I needed it was super important to me. So
yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Oh
Yeah,
no, no, yeah. For me, it was like, yeah, I just needed like a weight room gym, than a
yeah,
regular gym.
yeah.
Now I know, like in Holland, we shared the gym, so you couldn't get in there. So like it might be
That's how
soccer,
it
and
is.
then yeah,
Then they got like all the youth teams playing
yeah, the
sometimes, right?
youth teams. They got
Yeah.
soccer. They got, that's probably why my legs got messed up because we was on like one of those rubber cement courts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like we had that for practice. Now we had a great home gym like when we played our games, but we had a rubber cement practice court. So it wasn't like the best of the best.
Right.
So
Yeah. I understand.
yeah. So but yeah. Anyway, so after you play your years, you play in Denmark and then average 33, which is insane. Um, what happens next?
So I actually go back to Israel for a year, and I said, in my Denmark year, like this is my last year before the season, but I had such a great year, I felt like I should continue playing. But then once I got back to Israel, like it started to hit me like it's over, bro. Like in my head,
Oh, okay.
not because my game left, just because like I want to live in America in a lot of ways. I did this for a long time, I wanted to be near my families
hmm
and my network system that I've built for the first like 20 or so odd years. And what I really wanted to do was do like play by play and color commentary. So I felt like the best way to do that was to start a podcast.
hmm
But over the years, I fell in love with the actual art of interviewing others and having great conversations like how you do now. And I really just want to continue to build on that. So I would still do play by play and color commentary, of course, because they align with each other, and I would do both. And I actually done some stuff on the playback app, which is like an interactive digital way to do play by play. So I actually like reached my goal in some senses in that way. But I would love to do more of that. But I just fell in love with like the art of conversation and bringing stories out of people and analyzing the game and even analyzing, NBA draft prospects. Like those are the things I love about what I do today now. And it all started with the podcast in 2017, which is coincides right when my career ended.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So obviously, how many years did you play overseas?
I'd say 10 overall. There might have been like
10 over.
half a gap year here or there, but 10 overall,
10 overall.
yeah.
Okay. So based on your experience, what would be the best advice for somebody like obviously we talked off air about your son. If your son was trying to go the same route that you did, what would be your best advice to him based
That
on
you
your
have to
experience?
that you have to be open-minded because the countries that you're going to go to are nothing like the basketball or the life you live here. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, you're going to be playing a lot of basketball, but you're going to have to adjust off the court. And that's really important. And, just dealing with people and all that kind of stuff. And there's going to be some isolation. So use your time wisely over there, right? Use your time
Mm-hmm.
wisely. Don't waste your time. Read, go visit new places, visit other countries, do things. Don't just sit in your room and play 2K all day. Like, I mean, I'm sure you knew a lot of guys that did that, but
Oh man, like can I tell you something really funny about that? Like obviously 2K was big, but not, as big as it is now.
it was huge. It's just even more huge now, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
exactly,
I remember NBA 2K when it was on Dreamcast, so
bro. I
yeah.
played 2K1.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That
think
was I was like,
I think Iverson was on the cover. I was young, but I remember that
yeah,
shit.
like I said, like Dreamcast, it was a whole nother level of like the game. I was like, this is way better than NBA Live. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like I had me and the other American, we had every adventure game that took a long time. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't remember I remember when Grand Theft Auto came out, like the third one, right?
Fire.
Yeah, and
That
like
game was
it
good.
didn't dude didn't even speak, you know what I'm saying? But like I literally completed 100% of the game.
And
Like
that shit took time,
that's what I'm
bro.
saying. So side missions, all that stuff, I
And then also
completed.
you're going on rampages in the
Yeah,
meantime.
and
That's all
sometimes
you
I
got
would
right
just
there.
do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel like, let me just steal a car or try to get an FBI car or get to a certain 5 stars, and then what I'm saying? Like
That
I was doing that all the time.
that was a yeah. Once you got the 5 stars, it was pretty much over. But
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
but that game was crazy, bro. That game
Yeah,
was
so like I had all the event, like whatever adventure game will come out, I'll get it. Like that took a long time, like Zelda or
right.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I had that, and like I said, I play a lot of college NCAA college football, so I would be on year 27 playing college football, creating my own schedule, recruiting, all that stuff. I took it very serious. So yeah, I think that was one of my biggest regrets was that I didn't necessarily see. I saw part of the cities I was in, but like I didn't see enough where I felt like I should have been going out more.
I should have done more too. I should have done more too. I remember
Yeah,
like one year I went to like I went to England while I was in Denmark, which was great. Um, but I should have done more of that for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the same. Like I said, I mean, I went to Spain, Italy, France, Germany, all these places, but I didn't go out a lot in those places when we would play. Like
Exactly. My mom used to always say that you were a lot of places, but you were just going gym to gym.
yeah, seriously, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. So
Right.
obviously, we talked about it when you went to Israel. You kind of knew when it was time to hang up, right? Now, what was your journey like after, like when you retired?
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of time again, right? Because you don't know quite what you're going to do. And yeah, I was podcasting, but I wasn't doing it at the level that I do now, and it didn't take up as much time, right? So yeah, honestly, I was like, working with basketball players, working on their game, helping them out. But I was kind of like in the same mode of working on my own game because it's all, and I didn't think I was going to do that, but like it's all I knew. So it's like I just
Mm-hmm.
continue to work on my game, hoop in the city, and I train players, and then the podcast developed to a point where now I feel like I'm more of a professional now. So that's kind of the direction I went in. You know what I mean? So just
Mm-hmm.
kept
Mm-hmm.
building on that over the years and
Okay.
doing more media now. So yeah, it kind of like there was a lot of free time, like and then obviously I had my son, so that's everything. And
No, of
then
course, of course.
yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
All right. Well, I do have another one. What was the best thing about being overseas, in your opinion, for the fact that, over your 10 years overseas?
Learning a different way to play basketball because I'm a basketball guy, just getting that perspective of European basketball in a way that many others don't have the opportunity to get. Even those that play in the NBA for 10 years, right? Their perspective is very Americanized when it comes to the game. And I feel like they play with a special feel, unique cadence
Mm-hmm.
that American players don't play with. So I think just having that basketball perspective helps me analyze the game now as a podcaster and basketball analyst that I wouldn't have been able to if I never had that experience. So I grew up seeing all the street ball stuff, which I
Mm-hmm.
often leave out of my story. Like I played at Rucker Park and Dykeman and all those tournaments, which is a totally different style of basketball than anywhere else, right? And then college, JUCO, then minor leagues in the professionally, and then like the ABA, and then overseas. It gave me a different perspective about the game. On a non-basketball standpoint, it taught me about different kinds of food because I love to eat. So it's like I probably never would have tried falafel, right? If I never would have tried falafel if I never went to Israel. So
Look,
man,
I agree.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for
No,
the
no, there's some things I did try. Like in Holland, they did like a mix of they did French fries and mayonnaise, hot mayonnaise.
Actually, well, I don't eat French fries often, to be honest, but I love French fries, even though I don't eat them often, and I love mayo. So
Yeah.
that mix doesn't seem bad.
Yeah, no, dude. I thought it was like gross, my first year.
I mean, your arteries are saying gross when
Yeah,
if you eat
yeah,
that shit,
yeah.
if you eat that shit too much, but that
Yeah,
shit is
yeah.
good
But
though.
like they eat it like after the club. It was like a fried falafel spot, but like everybody just went there for the fries and the mayonnaise Off the chain.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, after the club, it's gonna taste even better, right?
Yeah. So like that was
You're making me
I
hungry,
think.
bro. You may all I had all that was a banana this whole morning. You making me I gotta go eat now, man.
Hey, right. No, that's pretty much yeah, I remember that. Like that was a big thing in Holland. Obviously Germany had beer and they had sausage. Um, that was big. Like I can't remember all the foods of different countries, but the first time I went to Bogota, Colombia, when I was, that was Spanish League, and they served me fish with the eyeballs looking at me, and I
Well,
said,
part of my family on my mom on my my wife's side of my family is Jamaican, so I've seen that.
"Oh yeah, see, that was the first time I ever saw it, and I looked at them like I." I don't know what to say to this. I can't eat this. I can't eat. I
I
got
was
me
all
some
right with
fried
it, bro.
fish.
I was all right with it, bro. You just got to tell them
I
just cut that part off and eat it. No.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I couldn't. So from the funny thing is,
So the heights and the eyes are the two no nos for
yeah,
you.
it's like the dude is like looking at me eating eating his stomach, like, hey, yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, like, oh God, no, they were like the Colombian dudes is like they were like killing it. I'm like, oh God. I said that's what I learned the pollo, all the time. So like everybody would have the fish or whatever, any kind of meat. I'll just have chicken. Me and the other Americans just have chicken every single dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
I knew other Americans like that too. Like they would like find like that one American fast food spot and just eat there like crazy. They
hey,
don't give a.
hey, I did that my first year. I didn't know how to cook overseas. I ate.
I actually cooked overseas and I never cooked here ever, ever. And when I got overseas, I started cooking.
Yeah. Well, I had to learn that my second year. My first year, I ate, in Holland, they had a Burger King. So Burger King, McDonald's, I eat that every day. Like just because.
And you used to hoop like that, like you were fine.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously back then I was 23 years old, so or yeah, I was 23. So like that was
Yeah.
I would eat, like there was a chicken spot before every game, like fried chicken and fries. That was my pregame meal, and like after practice, we would go to Burger King like every day or McDonald's, either one of the two. So yeah, that year, and that now I'm sick of McDonald's. I don't eat it, but then I was. We would have to stop at McDonald's after every away game coming back home on the bus. So yeah, for that year, oh gosh, yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough on the body, but who knows, man? Who knows? Like those, they say like Italians, they eat a lot of they eat a lot of good food, but they eat a lot of
Yeah,
pasta. But
yeah, a lot of pasta.
they'll be like smoking cigarettes and like that's supposed to
Hmm.
be the number one thing that kills you, and they live pretty long lives. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Oh, dude, Italian. Like my boy played in Italy, and I had people that visited there. Like they have breaks, dude. Like that's why they.
Yeah, no. So I visited a friend that played in Italy, and they would just walk through the streets for 4 hours.
Yeah, because he said that like people will go to lunch like from 12 to like
The
4,
bank
12,
is closed like from
everything,
the
everything.
middle of the day. What the?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
used to be like that in Israel. Like 3 hours during the middle of the day, no bank. What is this? Who does that?
Exactly, because they would go home, they would eat, they would take a nap. You know what I'm saying? Like they would like they took that rest very seriously.
Right.
When I was in Holland, man, like dudes would just be out 2 in the afternoon drinking those little ass
Coffee.
cups. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
well, like I
definitely.
said, I want to say thank you, Drew, man. I got one more question for you that I always
Let's do
ask
it, man.
everybody,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then we'll be out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. This is great.
Oh man, this is cool. Like I said, I know we're going off on a tangent, people.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, I
The
appreciate you.
overseas tangent edition.
Yeah, exactly. You just talk about everything that used to happen overseas. At one point in our career, we have like low points, you know what I'm saying, in our life or overseas or whatever the case is. How did you get out of that low point? Did you use like yourself? Did you use God? Did you use your family? Did you use all of the above? How did you get out of that low point that you were at in your life?
Probably, I mean, it was the point where a team wasn't paying me. And I had to leave the situation and I was going through like overseas court in a way, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, And I was really like, when you're overseas, you're alone.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, I cut ties with the team, and then like things got kind of crazy. And really, I didn't reach out to anybody. I just handled it. I kind of like toughed it out in a way. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but it's like I started just trying to figure out like what's the next move. And I think like with anything in life, and that's not the worst situation that could happen to anybody. There's people going through a lot worse than that, right? I mean, my dad passed away. Like I've been through worse things than that, even though he lived a long life and everything. But I think whenever you handle adversity, you just gotta, like, some things are out of your control and you have to keep on going. And it only makes you stronger. I know these all sounds like cliches, but what's the alternative to like just look at yourself and feel sorry for yourself? It's like you just got to figure out what's next. How am I going to make myself better? How am I going to learn from this? Like, Ryan Holiday wrote a book, The Obstacle is the Way. So sometimes these challenges could make you even better. And that challenge made me better. I went to the next team and things were rolling, had a great season, and I figured it out. So yeah, that's how I dealt with it. I don't think I reached out to a lot of people. Like I always had my mom to talk to, but in Israel there wasn't a lot of people to talk to. I was like, I guess my agent, but it wasn't a lot.
No, yeah. My phone bill was always like $1,000 a month. Luckily for me, the team would pay for it. So yeah, 'cause I was always calling
Well,
home.
we had Skype and stuff. I mean, I don't know whatever you were in.
No. Like Skype, I was in Estonia when Skype first came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was based out of Estonia.
Because it was like free pretty much if you went Skype to Skype. I remember.
Yeah, but who has Skype in the States? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know
you got to make them download that.
You got to make them. Yeah. My parents are wonderful people, but back then they was not the most computer savvy. You want to say so?
I definitely used to have like those cards that you could call people on. That was.
I had it on my phone. I would just add like 50 euros, 100. I would have like 400 or 500 euros on my.
And you would talk to your parents, right, or talk to people.
Yeah. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got a landline once, and then I unplugged it because my ex would just blow up my phone if I didn't answer the phone. So like I just took it out. But yeah,
that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, it's a whole other podcast. So yeah. But like I said, please let the people know where they can find you and your show and everything. Obviously, he is on the Believe Network as the same as me, but let everybody know they can find you on social media and all that.
Yeah, that podcast, it's been active for a while, I guess, because the season ended with the Magic, but that's Believe in Magic. That's one place. But I'm constantly posting on my podcast feed, Combos Court. COMBOS COURT. I post a lot on IG, 12combo, ONETWOCOMBO, Combos Court on Twitter, Andrew Salop on LinkedIn. But I think Instagram's a great way to find me. You want to reach out, chop it up. 12combo, ONETWOCOMBO. Thanks so much for having me on, Trav. This was great, man.
No, like I said, Drew, man, I appreciate you. You're a good dude, man. Like I said, we can, you're the type of dude I can do them talking to you for like 2 days straight about just everything that was going on, man.
Yeah. And I had a great time. I realized like me and my mom always had an innate ability to tell who's a good person in a short amount of time. I wouldn't recommend everybody trying to do that because, you might not have my, not to be narcissistic, but I'm pretty good at reading people. And I can read right away that, great dude in the short amount of time that I met you. So, it's really good. It was really good talking to you in Vegas. It was really great talking to you here. And maybe I come to Cali one day. We chop it up in person.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Like I said.
You show me around Cali. We do like a podcast tour. We get some
definitely, man.
Because I definitely want, like I did 2 podcasts in Vegas, and I definitely want to do more traveling pods. Like go out here, get a studio, we chop it up, get great content. Like that's what I want to do.
Like, yeah, dude. Like you got to show me how you did it because like I was like that's something I've been doing the Zoom thing for a minute, since right after the pandemic, because ain't nobody coming in studio no more. So everybody just doing
it. Yeah, exactly. I was doing some in studio stuff, and that the pandemic kind of like brought me back here. But you don't want to get too comfortable. I feel like it's like the virtual stuff like this is one thing. Then you want to get to in person, and then eventually live shows, right? Like that should be like the progression as a podcaster. And then podcasts could lead to so many different opportunities. Like I've done TV commercials because it wasn't exactly from the podcast, but you get like these indirect opportunities through podcasting as well that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, it's just, it's the same. Looking for like obviously sponsorships and things like that, saying brand sponsorships. So yeah, definitely. No, you can follow me at Travis W. Reed on Instagram. That's REED, Travis W. Travis W. Reed on Facebook. And yeah, Travis Reed on LinkedIn too. I'm on there too. So and Travis Reed, UCLA on Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it as much. I just post about it, So I'll post shows or whatever the case. Best way to find me, Instagram, Facebook. So just hit me up anytime. Like I said, if you're looking for that Travis Reed Athlete's Journey merch, I am wearing it right now. Just hit me up. I will send you a shirt. I got to get some more actually. Some more double X's. All those ran out first. So yeah, follow me. Like I said on Travis Reed Instagram and Travis Reed Facebook, and like I said, I have Believe in UCLA on Believe Network. Obviously, an athlete's journey, and even the He Said She Said show. So on those, all right. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.